good Monday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Throwing is Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Hurts. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Now Brown. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. First down, Howell to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it. Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll run with Gibson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Powell. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost him.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Mustang 19.
They'll try and run forward with Sanders. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down. The throw taken in by Sims. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
His throw caught right around the 6. And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. And Howell will throw it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Sam Howell taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. Out of CB, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
A gain there of 30 big ones. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts. And that is incomplete. The Eagles at 3-5, 2 games under 500. Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
There you go.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now they go play action with Howell. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Howell's throw there complete to Sims. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. Throwing again on 2nd down. Howell out left to Dotson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Faking the handoff, Howell. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
But it certainly took too long to set up play action, and that gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
Howell's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Howell now to throw it. And this one too low.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Out to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. A minute 52 to play until halftime. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Pressure gets to him and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll go play action. Howell. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off play action. It's Howell. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A give to Gibson running right. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Howell. Open man here. Sims complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing here, Howell. And his throw here's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Brandon Graham make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell, middle of the field. He's got McLaurin. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Howell. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Eagles' 5-yard line.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Howell looking to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Cole Turner, his second touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But
he's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 73 yards. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 13-7. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Howell. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
The throw over the middle taken in. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? you're taking charge.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Howell. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe, because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Howell. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The battle in the trenches, never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Robinson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. Sly able to put this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway. Once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Washington, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.